Okay, let's take a quick look at Scriptable. So Scriptable basically is an iOS application that means you can run any JavaScript on your iOS iPhone device. The reason that's really cool is because it means someone with web dev skills, JavaScript skills, can just easily extend iPhone functionality without having to get into Swift development, Objective-C development, the App Store, any of that sort of stuff. So we can start building really interesting functionality really quickly. A great feature it has is its ability to talk to native APIs. So think being able to write a JavaScript file that executes on an iPhone, that interacts with contacts, that interacts with the file system, interacts and can create native UI elements. So that's what we're going to look at. So this is Scriptable. It's an iOS application. You can download it, run it on your phone. You can write JavaScript on your phone. We're actually going to be using something a little different, which is in beta, which is the Mac editor. So this is a way better development environment where we can write JavaScript. We can actually run that JavaScript as if it was being executed on a phone and test that all the interactions with the native APIs are working. And then we can transfer our script easily onto our phone and then run it. So that's all pretty good. So what we're going to build as an example application is a bit of a meditation tracking application. So basically my morning routine recently has been to try and do 10 minutes morning meditation. And what that basically means is I get up in the morning, I grab my phone, I Google or YouTube some meditation video that's about 10 minutes long. I try and find one that's looks good and that I haven't really done before. I load it up, do the meditation, then after that I make a little note where I will for each day give myself a little plus in my notes on my phone as a bit of a way to track how many days in a row I'm doing it, just to give it a little extra gamification and try and ingrain it more as a habit and make it a little bit of a game, a little bit more interesting. So I thought that would be a really great case for automating all of that into one simple little script that I could run on my phone. And this is a good example because a whole big application, an iOS application, to do all of that seems a bit overkill. So yeah, I thought this would be a great case. So let's just take a quick tour around the Scriptable Mac editor. And let's just make a script from scratch so we can see what we're dealing with. So basically you come into the editor, you would click, this is the gallery, so this is what we're going to get to. You can actually push your scripts and make them public to everyone so people can download them, enjoy them and reuse them. Let's just make a brand new script just to show you what's going on in the editor. So just as a very simple start, we can console.log. Which is super simple, and we can run this code and we get a little terminal window down here which logs out hi, so that's working. That's cool. We can also test out here interacting with the native phone API. So there's an amazing bit of documentation down in the left hand corner here where we can see what's possible. So there's an alert, a native alert, like an alert on your phone, which we can do. And if we look in here, we can go and see how it works. So it's new alert, and then we can do present, and we can present a message to the user. So just as a very basic example, let's just see that working. So we have, again, just writing pure JavaScript, const alert, new alert, and then alert.present hi. And we can run that as if it was being run as a scriptable script on your phone. And here's the alert here. We haven't seen hi, so I'd assume I've done something wrong in terms of how I've implemented that, but we get the idea. We can see the alert. That's cool. And this is a great place to start if you're looking for inspiration. We can look through here and we can find all the little things we can interact with: file system, dictation, dates. We can see all the cool stuff we could do if we were writing things in Objective-C and Swift, but we're now going to be able to do them in JavaScript. So that's cool. So let's look at a full-blown application for this meditation script here. So I've pre-prepared it because it is reasonably long, but I'm going to copy and paste it in, and we're going to walk through it. And then we're going to run it on the Mac, and then we're going to transfer it to the phone and see that all work and run on the phone nicely. So hopefully you can see the code here. I'm just going to run you top to bottom. So what we have is a bunch of meditation videos, a bunch of YouTube videos. We've separated them into morning, day, and evening. This is going to be based on time. So if I get up in the morning, it's going to pick me a specialized morning meditation. If it's in the evening, it will pick up a sleep or an evening meditation and give me a random one of these potential video YouTube URLs. So I'm not getting the same meditation video every day. It's getting repetitive. It's on a bit of a rotation. So that's cool. So we have our data basically at the top. Then we set up construct a few instances of native things that we're going to need. So we need to basically display this somehow. And the way we do that is, one way we do that is by using UI table. So we instantiate a UI table. We instantiate a couple of rows on that table. One for the text that's going to say how long your current meditation streak is, and a button that's going to be meditate now and take me out to a browser so I can watch the video. We also want to instantiate a local file manager, because we're going to basically be storing the data that goes with this application in local file, which is a cool thing you can do with Scriptable. And that data is just going to be dates. So every time someone meditates and they haven't meditated that day, we're going to make a note of that, and basically that data will be able to tell how long your streak actually is quite accurately. So we create the file manager. We write a file if it doesn't exist. And we're also reading a file here, so this script is run every time we load the script. So we can just basically be either writing or reading the file here. We get the dates. We set the text of what the UI is going to say using those dates. So we've got a helper method or helper function further down in the script that basically takes dates and tells you how long your streak is. And then we set the text of this row to be your current streak is X. We do a bit of styling related stuff, so some height, some alignment. We set up the button so it will load up the video in a in-app Safari browser. And when you click tap to open meditation, open the browser and also update the streak. So basically update the streak, another function we've written further down. The implementation probably isn't super interesting, but it's basically saying if you haven't meditated that day, update your streak. And then we can just present the UI. So that's cool. If you're at all interested, I'll put the code in the post a bit further down so you can have a proper read of it. But these methods here are just around selecting a meditation and updating the streak correctly and not having duplicates and handling the date formatting and stuff like that. But the bulk of the interesting scriptable stuff is here and definitely worth exploring. So let's run that on the Mac as a first step. So we have this little play button down here, and that runs it for us. So basically we're using the table UI. We've put in some text. We've added 1 day meditation because I've actually already run this as a little test. So I've done my day's meditation, and a little button here I can click, and it on the Mac bumps us out to our preferred browser, which is Chrome. So it doesn't behave exactly like it would on the iPhone, but that's to be expected. But for us, we can see that compiles, we can see that runs, and that's pretty cool. We've got something that if we were to try and do that in native would be, especially if you're a web developer, potentially quite a painful thing to do. So for automating little things, little personal tasks like this sort of stuff is perfect. Cool. So now let's try and see that on the phone. So I haven't tried it, but apparently if you sync up to your iCloud on your Mac and your phone, you can transfer these scripts basically super easy. I've been doing a bit of a slightly old school backwards emailing it and doing silly things like that, but this is all synced up to iCloud, so that should be working. I haven't used it myself, so I can't try it. I can't say how good it is, but everything else here is working pretty nicely, so I'd assume that functionality works quite well as well. So cool. So I've got my phone hooked up to my Mac, and I've got that script that we just saw on my Mac. So I've created a script here. I've called it meditation. So that is one thing you can do. You can, if we go into these scripts, we can name these scripts and add icons and things like that. So I'm actually trying to click on it, which is totally wrong. So if I get my phone out and I actually open it, and it's not going to show my passcode, that's great. Open it, I can actually tap and I can run this meditation. So this script has been on my phone a couple of days, so the streak's actually 2 days long, but it's exactly the same code basically apart from that. And I can click meditate and I'll be taken to a meditation video, which is great. So there's obviously a little bug there, as it's recommended to be a sleep meditation, and my current time here is it's the evening basically. So yeah, that's correct. It's recommended. It's seen that it's late in the, or it's a bit further into the evening, so I recommend a sleep meditation. So that works great. And if I hit meditation a couple of times, it's not going to update my streak, because we've got a bit of logic in there that says, yeah, only 1 day can you update that streak. So that streak should be quite accurate. So there we go. That's pretty cool. I think could be quite a breakthrough in terms of writing quick functionality to run on your iOS devices. There's some links in the post below to documentation and the Reddit, and there's also a Discord for support. So yeah, have a look around there. Run this code which is in the post. And get making your own scripts. Hope you enjoyed that. See you next time. Thanks.